Alrighty guys, g'day. How are we all doing? Hope we're all doing well. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening. Welcome ladies and gents, hope you're all doing well. Obviously yesterday, public holiday, bank holiday in UK and US, so no training for me yesterday. But nonetheless, moving forward, see what we've got moving forward into this week. I did send in the analysis over the weekend to the free Discord group. I actually did it yesterday, all the week ahead. And it looks like some of it might be playing out. So we'll do the analysis moving forward as per usual on GJ, Gold, eventually get to GU and possibly NAS. For those of the Discord guys in here, we'll be on this evening my time, or this later today your time, for live NY trading. So if you've not joined the free Discord, make sure to do so, guys. The link is down below in the description for those of you in the YouTube. For those of you in the TikTok stream right now, you'll probably be able to find that on my profile. So if not, then make sure to join the YouTube stream, is where you'll find all those links to all those services and that. So it's a free group. Alrighty guys, so without further ado, let's get cracking. Let's get down to the analysis, and starting with always a GJ. Then I'll get to the chat shortly. As always, do feel free to say g'day guys, and I'll get to you guys shortly. If you have any charts, any questions, send those in. In the meantime, let's start with GJ. So starting the weekly candle, we have a high low high to that previous weekly candle. I've opened a gap to the upside. Let's see if got a gap on FXCM. Looks like we don't. All right, so as we can see, high low high, the previous weekly candle was a strong bullish candle nonetheless. So based off that, and all of a sudden we have no gap here. Funny that, go figure. We have a high low high to that previous candle. We have no need necessarily, doesn't mean we won't, but we don't necessarily have any need to pull back and break our own low if we were to continue bullish. So for that matter, I'm just going to mark in the current weekly candle as low. We're obviously approaching the resistance here to the left hand side, so we're approaching the highs set from that bank holiday a few weeks ago, sorry, on for Japan, where the yen hit that 200 flat mark only to reject heavily. We have now pulled above, closed above it on, well, not on the weekly, but the daily. We've finally got closures above the 200 level, and we do have the weekly high low high onto the daily. We have bullish structure where there we can see that previous daily closed above the 200. So the first time we've done so in more than, I think it's 30 odd years. So a big push by the pound yen. And when was last time at this level? September 2008. So a long time ago, about 16 years ago roughly, since we're last at these levels. So we do have counter probabilities also on the current daily candle to the upside, high low high. So therefore, let's mark in high of the current daily candle. We'll obviously form resistance at that level. If we do begin to break it, there's a high probability we're going to pull back up to retest that high we set a few weeks back. Now if we begin to break the low of the current daily candle, then there's a high probability at that point there we might pull back towards the current weekly candle's low. You have to see what we've got below that level. Doesn't mean we just sell it. Reason being is because we have structure on a daily bullish. We have the weekly candle, previous one bullish, the current candle high low high. So we need to determine whether we have enough reason to begin to potentially sell it below the current daily candle's low. On to the 4 hour. Now can we see anything that might give us any sort of confidence to sell at this rate? So far not, because the 4 hour structure is technically bullish. Previous candle was a strong bearish candle. Current candle has a high low high to the previous, but we're currently rejecting that high. So if we begin to pull back just based off the 4 hour time frame and close perhaps a weak bearish candle, or even if we break the low of the previous candle, then there is a high probability we'll pull back into that previous daily candle. Obviously, if we were to continue bullish, as I mentioned before, we really have no need to create a lower low than the current daily candle, so we have form support at that level. Doesn't mean we can't do so, but if we do so, then again, I feel there's a high probability we will continue to the downside. So I'm just going to mark in most recent resistance at the highs, and it is to me 4 hour level. To the left, it's a wick on the M30, a bullish candle wick, so not going to necessarily mark anything in. Now for the support, I'll wait till I'll go down to the 30-minute. We've obviously got support at current level. Got some support lower down. Just below 200 flat level yet again, around that 199.80, 750. So bullish. And onto the 30-minute. All right. I'm just going to leave that in, guys. And as for the support, obviously we've formed support the current daily candles low. So again, if we were to continue bullish, there would be no need for us to really pull back and break the current daily candles low. So we have a high low to the previous candle. If we did so, I feel there's a high probability at that point there we're coming down towards that 200 flat level, and that could provide for some potential sells. At that point then we're creating a lower low. We're not clipping any structure just yet. Still going to be technically bullish across the board, but using the fact that the daily has broken its own low, broken a support at its own low, that is when I start to feel more comfortable looking for my sell option on GJ. So sells below the current daily candles low. I'm going to remove this support for the time being. Change that to blue. Now obviously I'll be looking for potential buys above the current daily candles high. We have pulled back to form support the current daily candles low, and we're approaching the highs. We're currently exhausting a little bit, so go down to the 15. We're seeing we're about to close a bearish candle. Come London open, if we begin to pop back above this resistance, then I'd be looking for my potential buys upon continuation. I feel at that point there we would have enough liquidity from the market, seeing we have pulled back just now at the resistance, and only if we are to only engulf this candle, close above or right near the high, that would suggest we wiped out those sellers from that previous count, from this current candle it's printing. That would be enough for me to look for a potential buy from up at these highs. Now buys from the support as well, obviously if we do pull back and we remain above 215 roughly, really I'd still look for buys from 200 for sure. The price did pop back down to that level, still technically going to be bullish. Only closures below that level is when we begin to flip some structure on the 30-minute time frame. So be looking for the buyers above if we do begin to just drop. Now, are there any potential sells? Right now I don't really see it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to avoid the sell, to be honest, because we are bullish across the board. I would rather just trade it with the structure. This is the first time for the week that London has technically been open. The actual currency market obviously was open yesterday, but without that liquidity from the banks being open. So I would rather just stick to the buys of looking for the buys for the time being until I see something really nice on for potential sell, which right now I don't think I'm going to get it in time for the open. This candle's closing back a weak bearish candle. What I would have preferred was this candle close a strong bearish candle followed by a weak bullish candle on the next 15. Closing the M30, strong bearish at the resistance, breaking that minor support at resistance, and then look for a potential sell as it begins to break that minor support. But right now, 15 minutes about to close, it's closing weak bearish candle, so we're likely not going to get that scenario. It means I'm just going to have to wait a little bit longer if I was to look for any potential sells. But anyways, GJ guys, so the bias is to look for buys. At this point, I can be patiently waiting for that to present if and when it does. And let's move on to have a look at the gold. Guys, if you could, TikTok guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Guys in YouTube, I would appreciate it as well. Let's get some more onto the stream. And let's let everyone know we are here. And we'll move on to take a look at the gold. So looking at gold, that previous weekly candle, let me remove these drawings, was a very strong bearish candle. You guys paying attention, it's pulled back to a level I mentioned in that the analysis I sent into the Discord group as to where it could potentially reject. Pull back to this level just here, it's just below it, but we are rejecting just now, so could have been some nice sells on this candle based off the 4 hour. That's just based off the 4 hour, but we have rejected a level which I did say we could potentially pull back to for the weekly, creating its upper wick before we head back down in line with that previous weekly candle. So based off the previous weekly, we are strong bearish current candle. It was a higher low, lower high to the previous, only early into the week. Structure wise on the daily, we do remain technically bullish, but we're looking like current daily is respecting the high of the previous. Potentially is this the highest point of the new weekly candle, that previous daily candle's high. potentially. No confirmation just yet, obviously. Won't have that until the end of the week. However, current candle is rejecting the previous daily candle's highs, remain below it. So if we begin to break above it, would be chances for potential buys. We'll see what we've got on once we go down to the 4 hour and M30. But structurally, we are bullish. Looking at the 4 hour. And once again, just that rejection there. Structurally, we are bearish on the 4 hour. So I'm going to mark in most recent resistance. I'm going to bother the one to the upside just now because we're rejected below it. Can mark in. And we've got support just a little bit higher up. So I'll just remove the one to the downside below previous weekly candles low. Obviously below the previous weekly candles low, there's going to be options to look for further sells, but we're quite far off it. So based off the 4 hour, we are technically bearish, rejecting that resistance. Beautiful. Now drop below it, my support formed that resistance. That is pretty much what I would have wanted to see on GJ come London Open on the 30-minute, which isn't going to present. So on to the M30 now, and we do remain bullish by the looks of it. Bullish, but potentially flipping bearish. Sure, well, you could argue it's bearish now. But I'm going to call it bearish. So that therefore gives me a bias to the downside. 3 time frames to the downside, with the daily being bullish. Using daily candle probabilities, if we do respect the previous daily candles low, then we could look for potential buys. We are at a current level of support just now here to the left, to the 4 hour level. It's a 30-minute level. So I'll change that to blue. All right. So it is a level I look to buy from, guys. Again, using that daily, our previous daily was a bullish candle. As long as we respect the low of it, and we could potentially form support and head back up. What would I want to see now? Well, very similar to what I mentioned on GJ, but to the opposite side. I want to see a bit of resistance form at support, and then as soon as we begin to pop above the resistance, so if we consolidate a little bit just here, start to close above it, look for my catalyst, that being a 30-minute candle closing strong bullish back above. And if we close a 15-minute, perhaps engulfing above the resistance formed at support, that could be my cue to look for a potential buy. So I'd be looking for potential buys from this support, but it would have to be absolutely perfect. At the moment, and it's definitely not. Now, as for the sells, so we have again created support at previous support, so we're triggering some buyers. If in the next 10 minutes and 40 seconds to be exact, we begin to pop down only to engulf that previous bullish candle, close below support, we've got potential sell options down towards 2,338. Just depends if this candle begins to melt now. We have the margin to look for the sell down to that support a little bit lower down. So I'm just going to mark that in. So sells below a current level of support. What we may do is close a very weak bullish candle. Again, just depends how the new candle opens at London, because this is creating a pause right now at previous support. If it's a weak candle, as long as we pop up first and then begin to break below the previous candle, I could look for potential sells taken back down to 23.38. So sells below the support we're currently at. Now, as far as buys above 23.38, 39, just depends. I need to see some structure form within price action to look for a buy. Very similar to what I mentioned at current level as far as the buy option. If it consolidates a little bit and starts to pop above the consolidation, perhaps I could then look for a buy. Otherwise, sells from higher up. We've got got resistance just here on the M30, so I'll just remove the 4 hour resistance for the time being. Actually, no, I won't. I'll keep it in. But if we respect the current daily candle's high, pull back to 23.52, only to reject. I can look for my sell option. So that is gold for the time being, guys. Now, what would I prefer? The focus right now is probably on gold. GJ going to present 30 might look too bad. 30 is engulfing candle. We've rejected this level multiple times, so there could be options on GJ as well, guys. That is a catalyst. Bearish engulfing if it closes this way in the next 8.5 minutes. Yeah, so we'll wait and see as far as if it's going to be GJ on gold, but be prepared guys, because it could be sells on gold and could be sells on GJ come London Open. In the meantime, do we have time to look at GU? We quickly will have a look at it, looking at the weekly. And previous candle, probably argue it's a strong bullish candle. Not going to use the fib, but just eyeballing, I would say it's a stronger candle than weaker ones, close to its high and its low. And it's obviously close to a high, low, high, high, and bullish current candle as greater high, low, high, high. I reckon it's off the back of the fact that the Bank of England have come out saying that they don't anticipate rate cuts in June as first predicted. It could be held off for later into the year. So hence the strength to the pound right now. So strong bullish in the weekly. Daily structure wise, we have flip bullish. We also have counter probabilities to the upside. Now at a previous level of resistance though, we are rejecting. So let's mark in the current daily candles low. So we have a high low, high high to the previous. Once again, if we were to continue bullish, we should respect the current daily candles low. On to the 4 hour. You see, we're just starting to consolidate in the 4 hour. Still got potential room to the upside though, if we begin to break above current daily candles high, but it looks of it. Not a great deal, but maybe enough to squeeze some pips if we can get a tight stop loss on GU. Form support at this level too, so there we go. If we're being to break the daily candles low, there is some pretty clean traffic to the left of that. Structurally, we are bullish though in the 4 hours. Looking at now onto the M30, so you could just maybe drag this down a tad. And I would say GU looks pretty good for sell below, just below the support formed, a little below the current daily candles low. That point there, if we break that support, I feel we're likely going to make a different pullback. Where could we pull back to? I feel this previous resistance here to the left lines up with that to the left as well. So around that 27,550, 580 sort of level. Be enough to squeeze some pips in that. Otherwise, that is also where the structure is going to flip the M30. So that's adding another catalyst, adding confluence to a potential sell, guys. We've created a pullback, we've created a lower high just now. We've popped back down, created a lower low. I would look for the sell options below the support here at 127,677 to be exact. Now, if we respect this level of support that we're currently approaching, once again, I'd be looking for my calcium price action to potentially buy it. So whether that be a little bit structure, price moving away from that consolidation, or look for my engulfing bullish candle, that type of thing, for potential buys. Otherwise, if we do begin to pop above the resistance form, the current daily candles high, that point there, high low, high high to the previous, we've pulled back from another support, then the current daily candle, likely gathered some more liquidity from the market. If we begin to break our own high, that point there, I feel there is a high probability we will continue to the upside. So that would be my potential buys above the high. Traffic to the left is quite clean by the looks of it too. Yep, that's spot on that level. That's GU, guys. I might take a look at NAS later. What is G? So GJ pulling back, gold dropping. All right, so I'm probably going to focus on gold, guys. In the meantime, who have we got here today, guys, on YouTube? Welcome, guys, in the TikTok, ladies and gents. Welcome to you. Franco, good morning to you, brother. Sandro, hello to you. Dale, good morning. Elias, good morning to you. Kyle, morning, brother. Con, good morning to you. Foddy, GU, yep, just went over it. Dot, hope you're well. Vishal, good morning to you. And Joseph, hope you're well, brother. Welcome everyone in the TikTok as well. Thank you for joining. Do make sure to follow me if you're not already doing so. You get a lot of free educational content. And if also do subscribe to the YouTube, that's where I drop a lot of content as well. And obviously the Discord and the link is in the description of the YouTube for the free Discord group. So I'm just at this point waiting to see how gold closes. And that will be likely my focus for London Open. There could be limit order sell options too. This thing just melts in the next 3.5 minutes. As long as we don't make the move down to the support. It could be some potential sell limit options if this goal engulfs significantly in the previous M15. Excel in the YouTube chat, sell potentially. I like how we're triggering in some buys at this previous support, and if we are to engulf them, that would suggest to me wipe those buys out that were at this level previously to the left. We have some clean traffic to the left. As long as we create a bit of an upper wick in the open, we might not need much of an upper wick. Reason being, if we're to look at it on the 30-minute, where what we've got is the candle closing, rejecting that previous range above, closes right near its low, and likely this wick to the upside has grabbed all that liquidity, and we're likely just going to drop at the open without really needing to create much of an upper wick, if any. So it just depends where it closes. Now, I prefer it to actually close below. I want it to close below. I don't want it to start popping back above into this blue zone, because that's just a weak bearish candle. We may respect this zone and head back up. GJ is similar. All right, this is a bit better. Just depends where this closes now. If it closes well below, we could look for the limit order. If it closes as is, would be potential sells maybe on an early entry as it pulls back to retest that zone. But the more probable entry will be as it breaks the low of the previous candle. So right now I'm just gonna track the low of the current candle, current M30, current M15, and that could be the potential sell option on the following candle below that level. Low is 23.41.42 on IC markets, so you're probably looking at a couple of pips below that level. Looks like it could be valid. Gonna wait for an upper wick. Pal from TikTok. Potentially, I don't have an entry just yet. Waiting for the new account to open. London open. Potentially below the low of the current candle on gold. The current 30, current M15, current hourly. Couple of pips below it, so we're closing, close below it. London open. Let's create a bit of an upper wick. All right. I'm going to set an order, but just a few pips below the low of the previous candle. So I've got a pending order, 23.41.22. It could possibly be in a small position just now. I'm going to tap into that zone. But seeing it's London open, I'd rather the confirmation that we're tapping in and going to pull away from that level. That's why I'm waiting for it to break the low of that previous candle. And another reason is because the stop loss now is quite wide. If we're to use the M30, what I could do is, because this candle has pulled back, if it's only to reject yet again, reject this zone and begin to break the low of that previous candle, I could automatically adjust the stop loss to the candle's high, because therefore it has no, seeing it's created the upper wick, if it begins to reject, flip, bullet, bearish, has no need to pull back up and break its own high yet again. that point, I would not really feel comfortable in the trade. So now the other option is to take it as it flips. Could be worth a small entry as it flips bearish. Your possible entry for flips bearish. Now, on the flip side, guys, if this thing closes bullish engulfing, I'd want to see a 30-minute catalyst. I want to see a 30-minute close back above this zone. Could be potential buys, but has to be a 30-minute in my opinion. So also not to forget, guys, we're trading against, if we were to look for a buy, look at that bearish candle on the hourly. That is a strong candle. Not only that, well, I was forming a very strong bearish candle. So once again, I'm not in any trade just now, guys, if you have joined. And it looks like I'm going to withdraw my pending order anyway, the way this candle's pulling back. GJ, I'm not interested in the way the previous candle closed. I mean, it will likely create now the high and continue to the upside. I just don't like the way the previous candle closed. I'd rather wait for now the engulfing, the candle close above. If you want to take a small entry, it's up to you. I'm not personally going to take the impulse entry. I don't have any sort of catalyst the way we're rejecting. Once again, pull back though within the current daily candle. Now breaking, like going to create a high and push. And on gold, I'm likely going to have to remove my order for the time being, and maybe we could have some options to buy it on the next 30-minute candle. It's at a level of interest. It's just not ready to come back down by the looks of it. Favor? I feel like you've asked that question a few times since 2017, my friend. All right, so I'm gonna remove my order. I'm gonna remove two orders. And an order, a small order as it flips, and an order as it broke below the previous. Not gonna take it the way this candle's pulled back. I'm simply gonna wait for closures again. Want to see now how this 15-minute closes. If it closes weak bullish, then I might put the order back in for a sell below low of this candle. The way we're pulling back, I don't trust it at the moment. Coco, focus on buy. Maybe. Don't have any confirmation just yet. Could have our first potential catalyst. But I'd rather see a 30-minute closing bullish. Now, if the 15 closed bullish, potentially limit order buy, but that would be very aggressive without the confirmation of support yet forming at this previous level. The only time we got that confirmation on the 30-minute is when we've got the closure on the 30-minute. Now, it's usually my catalyst time frame, the time frame I trade based off. So we'll see. See if I'm interested in a little cheeky 15-minute entry and the closure of this M15 in 9 minutes. M95, sell or buy. Right now there is absolutely nothing for me. I was looking for a sell, but it's flipped up, so at the open. So I'm not in anything. Remove my sell and look at GJ. Hence why. There we go, guys. Hence why I don't believe in just setting and forgetting. Where is the catalyst? We've had none. We've pulled back at that resistance. Look how many times we've rejected. Well, obviously this time here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, now 5 times. How do you know this candle here is going to be the one to make the move? There is absolutely no confirmation of it until it actually closes above. So if you just set and forget, now you'd be in a world of pain. You'd be stuck in some significant drawdown, not feeling great about yourself. That is why at a strong level, if we were trending within the current daily, so let's just say we were doing a bit of this, coming from lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, nice volume in the candle prior to entry, closing right near the high, then it's a different story. But we had not been doing so. We rejected quite strongly prior to the entry, or not prior to popping above that level, sorry. Hence why we'll never have been comfortable looking for just this impulse buy, wait for the confirmation. And if it does pop back up and go without me within this candle, no dramas at all, no FOMO. It's not my trade to be involved in. Favourable, what is your logical reason behind your strategy for trading? What is my logical reason? My logical reason is I've tested it and traded it for quite some years and it works for me. So that's why I trade it. I have full confidence in myself and my ability. And if I know myself, if I just trade my plan and stick to my rules, I'm likely going to be on the end of a nice trade, a profitable trade. Franco, right now I will wait, take a gold sell. Sales make sense when the low of actual M30 will be broken. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. GJ could also present, but I need to wait for confirmations. That's for a buy I'm talking about. Speaking of Franco, send you a link if you're interested. Don't stress them out if you're not. It's all good. Dot, if you're interested, let me know. James, if you're about, I'm not sure if you are, but I'll just send one to your Discord. Ben, if you're about to and if you want a link, brother, just shout us out and I'll happily send it over to you. Daniel as well, Ace, if you are on the stream, and sent you a link to your Discord as well, brother. You're more than welcome to join. Want to have a chat or ask questions? All right, so we're patiently waiting on GJ to close above on the M30 and potentially gold as well. Yeah, NAS just quickly. NAS looks like it's back up near the high. Wow. All right, quick analysis on NAS. So the previous weekly was a strong bullish candle, had no lower wick. Once again, you guys know what I think about that. Those of you who follow me don't necessarily need one as long as any pullback within the candle itself is met by support on the lower time frames. There is no need for it to pull back and create a lower wick. So that's hence why it didn't do so on the previous weekly candle. Current weekly is forming bullish, has a higher low, trading within the high of the previous daily. Structurally, we are bullish. Current candle, quite a significant pullback in that previous candle. Breaks zone high, likely to head up. 4 hour, got some room, a little bit of room to the upside to retest the all-time highs. If we begin to break above the resistance form at the current daily candle sign, we'll form support. This point here, we'll see what we've got below it. Structurally, Still bullish, just, but yes, we do respect this wick here to the swing point. We do close above it, so I'd say we're still bullish. And now we're creating some higher lows, higher highs as well within the actual structure itself as we approach the resistance at 1890 onto the 30-minute. So the 4-hour counter probability is the upside as well, and the 30-minute is also technically bullish. So for me on NAS, I would say if price respects the previous daily, that's the previous daily candles high, and we reject, I would just play the range, look for rejection, look for my calcium price action to sell it back down from those highs. However, if we are to begin to break above that previous daily candles high, got some clean traffic to the left, high low, high high to that previous daily, there's a high probability at that point there we will continue to the upside. It's in a bull trend. I would definitely look for the buys upon continuation. It will make more sense to look for buys. Now further buys from the support around the current daily candles, just below the current daily candles low. No, sorry, at the current daily candles low, around that level. Price does pull back only to form support. I will look for the buy options. Now as for sells, I will not really be all that bothered by it below the support because it's running into more support to the left. I'd rather either sell it from higher up or look for it to break, maybe cut through some of this, pull back, form a resistance, create that lower high, confirmation of it rejecting a previous support, and then you could potentially sell it. But I'd be focused on the buys if I was to look at NAS moving forward into NY today. Gold still trying to pop this day above this zone. They're going to reject right now. It doesn't look like we're going to get a strong enough 15-minute closure, significantly enough above that previous candles high to warrant a look for a limit order buy, but even reject. So we could still have sell options, guys. Remember the hourly is, the previous hourly create a big very strong bearish candle. Current candle is rejecting. Well, let's see how this closes. Could there be sell options on the next M15? Now we can use the fib if in doubt. It's closed below 50%. What is about to close below? I'm going to look to sell it if it breaks its own low on the next candle. Price breaks the low of that previous bullish candle. I don't want to pull back all that far low of the current M15. It needs to reject. There's no need to keep popping back above that support. Seeing we rejected multiple times. Rejected it here, rejected on the previous M15. I would have wanted this to reject pretty quickly. I know if it pulls up much further, I'm not going to look for it because currently if you go back to the 30-minute, it's still forming a strong bullish candle. High low to the previous, not yet broken a high. So at this rate, I'm likely to have to wait now for the 30-minute to close and just see where we're at, because there could be buys as well. Just don't go anywhere, guys. We could have some trades shortly, whether it be to the upside or downside. We'll let price action dictate that. We'll stick around and we'll see. Mohammed, good morning to you. This is my first time watching your stream. Wish I can grab a lot. Grab some pips. Nice one, brother. Good to have you here. Make sure to subscribe as well. And if you want, you can flick over to or switch over to the YouTube stream. And make sure to join the free Discord. The link to the free Discord is in the YouTube stream in the description down below. So right now I'm not going to look for the sell because the way it is now pulling back above that range, previous support, it could provide options to buy it on the next M30. So I'm just waiting for the 30 minutes close just now. We do begin to reject yet again and only begins to pop back below support. Going to be sell options, but the way the current candle is forming would suggest we're looking for potential buys at the open of the next M30. And GJ, the rejection could provide potential sells. This is looking really good. This is what I wanted to see before. What I mentioned, guys, is we've formed now at resistance, we've formed support. That previous bullish candle has formed support. If the current candle closes below it, then we've rejected this level yet again, this resistance, then GJ is going to be primed for a sell, take it back down to the low. The issue is in the next 11 minutes, it could just make the move within this candle. I'm not prepared to take the sell. Reason being, I don't yet have the confirmation that I want to see in order to execute upon this trade. I've only just got it now, that bullish candle. If it is engulfed by this candle, that will be my catalyst. One thing we do have is a liquidity candle. Broken the high of the previous, has no need to break its low. If it does, it's likely to continue bearish. But I'm going to wait for the closure of the candle. Yeah, it looks like it could now make a bit of a move. I'm just going to patiently wait.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Good morning, Franco. How are you?
Yeah, fine. So yesterday I took one day off, so due to the bank holiday.
Yep, perfect.
There was nothing to trade, and yeah, we'll see today how things will go.
Nice one, brother. Yeah, likewise. I did not even look at the charts, so other than the analysis I did for the week ahead. But yeah, it's always good to take
I think
some
this
time
was a good decision because in the afternoon also the US was closed, so
correct.
There was really no scope for trading yesterday.
No, I feel you got to doubt the volume. The volume, sorry, can be a bit all over the place, a bit erratic. So I'd rather not trade it. I mean, we saw what GJ did a few weeks back during a Japanese holiday and a UK holiday. And that was nasty. I was just tearing through people's accounts, I'm sure. So Vishal, JJ had been trending on 4-hour and daily. Can I know why you don't look at sells more than buys? It's in a big uptrend. What can you tell me from all this? What suggests we should be selling it? What catalyst do you have? It's in a big uptrend. That's why, unless I have the perfect signal, which I don't have just yet. I could have it, surely. I don't have it just yet though. That's why. I'd rather buy it. It's not ready to buy though, in my opinion. Nor is it ready to sell. This candle closed bearish engulfing in the 15. I think it would be ready to sell. But the way it's bouncing back up now. Potentially weak bullish candle on the M30, which still could provide a catalyst. But I think I'd rather focus on gold, looking for gold buys. This candle closes somewhat like it currently is, how it's forming. Vishal, GJ been trending on 4-hour and daily. Can I know why you don't look for sells? Go down to 200 more than buy. Alright, so I've just answered that. Mr. Phil, good morning to you. EJ, same as GJ. Yeah, exact same as GJ. Buy it. Prefer to buy it unless you got a strong catalyst on the 30. Well, I was looking good for buys. Difference is with EJ. EJ's already broken a resistance, so I wouldn't really quite trust it as much because it could bounce off that previous level. It could be strength in the euro more so than the pound right now. So my concern would be it could bounce off that 170.50. It's a psychological round number as well. So I'd rather just wait for the buys to either present on continuation above the high or on a pullback, form support a bit lower down. So it looks like the focus will be on gold, and looks like drawing my attention to look for potential buys now instead of the sells. Richard, I think volume was less today. Was assuming there would be more volume. London was off yesterday. I don't think it's anything less. There was a lot of volume in the candle, an hour back at the EU Open. There seems to be a fair bit of volume right now as well. It's just deciding at the moment. James, morning to you, brother. I'll send you a link, by the way, if you are interested into your Discord, or DM'd you on Discord. GD buyers, yeah, preferring the buys. Mohammed, thank you for subscribing. Follow me. So right now we're waiting on gold. It could be buys in 6 minutes and 40 seconds from now.
Justin, will you wait until the when the next candle open, the next M30 candle open? Will you wait for a lower wick touching maybe then the support level?
On gold?
On gold, yeah, sorry.
I may even layer in. I may look for, just depending when this candle closes, because now we're pulling away, creating a higher high, pulling more above this resistance. I may consider a limit order back at the high of that bearish candle.
Okay, but I think you will look how the M50 candle looks like. I think when we will have a wick here, which is, I think it's big wick.
Yep, this one.
Yeah, I think it doesn't make sense then, or?
You mean if it leaves a big wick to the upside?
Correct, yeah.
It just depends how far above it closes, above the resistance. Yeah. So if it closes like this...
Yeah, that would be good, yeah.
Yeah, and I believe instead of getting involved, let's just say... Okay, let's just say it closes a little bit lower down. Now it'll weigh about 7+ pips once you account for spread, just to get involved in the trade as it breaks its high. So I'd rather get involved a little bit lower down in anticipation. We've now got the catalyst that we may bounce off this level and continue bullish. So what I'm expecting is for the new candle to create a lower wick, because most candles do have wicks in either direction, not always, as we can see here, but more often than not, they do. And by creating a slower wick, with the volume momentum, it could just quickly pop down, tag me in, and then begin to flip. Now I may just market execute a small position. If it closes a little bit too high up as it creates a slower wick, I may just market execute maybe halfway down to that level. Because this still is that catalyst. I'm still using this as the catalyst. I still want to get involved in a buy. It's just, could be, again, I could have secured some pips, or it could be well in profit if I got in lower down, rather than getting in as it breaks its own high. But I still need to wait for the confirmation though. So I still need to wait for this candle to close to give me the confirmation that we're maybe ready to respect and bounce off this level.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, makes sense. Also, maybe as you mentioned right now, maybe to split also the entry. So maybe to one half portion, and then maybe for the next taking the box, the other half of the lot size. Yeah.
Yep, potentially. So right now I'm just gonna look to set some pending order. We'll have them ready anyway to set a potential pending order. First one will be back at the high of that bearish candle, which is on my broker 2343.58. That will be small portion of the position. It all depends where his counter closes. If this counter closes back below the resistance, then I'm not comfortable with anything, because then essentially we're just consolidating again. James can't see me saying, but alright, no, nice one, brother, no problem. Xauusd, what's good, mate? What do you think of Gbpjpy as it breaks through? Yep, definitely. GJ, wow. Could GJ provide a catalyst? Keep an eye on this too, guys. 2 minutes left. If this pops up a little bit higher, there could be options to buy GJ as well. We want gold to push a little bit right now. The last thing I want is for it to close weak bullish, and then we have to trade within this wick, which is something I'm not comfortable with. And look at that. This right now to me resembles consolidation. There is no catalyst just yet. We've got now, if it closes as is, 3 rejections, 3 long wicks to the upside. So that means this support could be a stubborn level for the buyers as well. So obviously got some liquidity at this level. We've got sellers in, we've got the buyers in. In the next minute and 10 seconds, if it closes as is, I'm not buying it. I'm gonna have to wait for a clearer signal. I don't have it, if that's to be the case. It's all about patience in this game, guys. Trust me, if you can practice patience and just trade in accordance to your rules and not force anything in between, you're going to be in a much better position moving forward in the future. Yes, it means you're going to trade less, which for a lot of you, it's hard. And I get granted, that's hard, very hard to do. But you're going to feel comfortable, you're going to feel confident, and the results are likely going to be a lot better than if you're trying to overtrade. So gold in the next 30 seconds has to pop up. Has to pop up quite well. Want to pop up at least minimum 5 pips above the bearish candle's high, minimum, to contemplate a buy option. GJ also, it's back below that resistance. Gold also closing below, closing right at it. That's not a strong enough confirmation for me. The limit order's not there anymore because we didn't close strong enough above that resistance. We've got to travel 13 pips to break the high of that previous candle now. I don't like it, in all honesty. It's had to have closed a stronger candle. Yeah, I don't like the rejection again.
For me, this is also some liquidity grab, maybe.
Yeah.
And taking the prices down.
Correct. I just don't like how towards the end of it, it started to pull back yet again. So it suggests to me there's still sellers present at the current level. I'd rather then miss it and now maybe let it create a bit of this if it was to continue bullish. Create the high, then pull back, high or low, form a little bit of structure at this level. Like so, and then I trust the buys. Right now, this suggests to me that maybe we're not ready to bounce off this level. We're not ready to drop below it just yet. I need to wait for stronger confirmations. GJ closed below. Let's have a look at GU. GU's back at that support, and that wick pretty much destroys this level now as far as a tradable range. GU, what I'd be waiting for now is either buys above the high, or rejection of that resistance, the current daily high, or price popping back below 127,670. What are you looking at, GU? Similar thing, Franco? Or?
Yeah, absolutely the same. So
yep.
Above you mentioned, below you mentioned, so nothing in between.
That's it. We know practice patience.
Yeah.
I'll be on later today for NY if you're around.
Yeah, maybe. Depends how the morning or the London sessions will
for
go.
sure.
So
yeah, still some time. We'll see. There's still could be options moving forward. Gold rejecting just now, so who knows? Maybe it could provide for a sell moving forward. Vishal, would you be looking to buy if the body closed above the blue line? Okay, so yep, not now, obviously, with that closure. Vishal, can I know what are the main pairs you focus on? Mainly gold, but I also look at GJ. Analyze GU and NAS, but I don't really trade it. I've traded NAS literally once this year, and it was a nice win. That's it. TikTok guys, how are we? Share the stream if you can, be much appreciated. And also, don't forget to follow me if you have not done so. And subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Make sure to join the free Discord group. And you can join us on a live NY members only call today and tomorrow, Tuesdays and Wednesdays for the members. It's a free Discord group, so get involved, guys. And YouTube guys, I have not forgotten. I will do that giveaway. I'm just waiting. I will definitely do it. Likely going to be just a funded challenge giveaway. Funded giveaway, I mean. Funded challenge, not funding challenge. I think they're no longer about, are they? Well, what was that? Prop firm funding talent, I think it was. I think they were the first domino which started it all, to be honest. First one to drop at the time. So look at this on gold right now. We're just consolidating. So when we are consolidating, I don't want to get involved in the first move out of it. I wait for the confirmation, and if by chance it happens to go without me, I'm all good with that. I need to accept it, and I can get involved later. So if it just pops now, I don't trust it, because where is the confirmation? Where is the catalyst? In 3 attempts to bounce off this support we've rejected. If we do the opposite and begin to melt just now, see, we've come from a little bit of a pullback. Previous candles are bullish. I need to wait for the closure below, because we could just bounce off yet again and potentially create an equal low or even a higher low, and then head back up to break above the resistance forming at support. That was to be the case. So best at this point, when price is consolidating and a little bit indecisive, best thing to do is just chill, sit back, wait, create the rule that you want the first move out of it. You want proof that we're ready to move. Now, for 15-minute closes above, what we may have is, we may have the 5-minute crane high lows, higher highs. So if we've closed above, we've got the confirmation of 5-minute breaking, closing above a resistance as well. That potentially could give us an option. So we'll keep an eye on that in 9 minutes. Vishal, I've doubt I've been wanting to clear, so could you please explain to me cost it would take to buy or sell 10 or 20 or 50 lots with an average of 2%? 0.1 or 0.2 or 0.5 lots with an average of 2. The cost, as in how much capital you probably need. Pretty sure that's what you're talking about. I mean, if it's a 10-cent lot, 2%, you probably need about $1,000. If it's a 20-cent lot, you probably need probably about 2K. You could but you could do 20% lot for 1k if you really wanted to. That is obviously 2%, so and 50% lot, you're probably looking at at least 2.5k minimum, up to 5k if you're practicing proper risk management. Can you know how to calculate the cost you mentioned? I use magic keys. It does the calculations for me. So what you need to do is determine what your stop loss is, what your entry is, and my magic keys will determine for me. Free plug, not that I need it. Will determine my lot size in accordance to what I'm willing to risk, or if I'm risking, I trade fixed lot sizes majority of the time. But if I key in, I want to risk 1.5% or 2% of a trade, all I have to do is set my entry, set my stop loss, and it will automatically adjust my lot size for me, so I'm not risking more than that. You could probably download a lot size calculator from, I'm not sure if it, maybe Gbpjpy have one. Someone else in the chat might know. Xauusd bands, am I in gold? No, I'm not in gold just yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see his candle closes. I still don't have the confirmation to do anything just yet on it. As long as we remain above this blue zone, I feel there's probability we could look for a buy. But I don't have yet that catalyst to do so. 15-minute is pulling back yet again. 5-minute has formed a resistance. We are rejecting that level. So if I was to look for any potential buy, what I need to see is the 15-minute closing strong bullish above all these wicks to the left, and that point there, the 5-minute will be closing above the resistance. That could be my catalyst. But the way we're rejecting just now, I have no confidence at all to buy it, nor do I have any confidence at all to sell it just yet. I need to wait for confirmations. And GJ, likewise. It's a very strong level on GJ, so I'd definitely be waiting for a 30-minute. They're looking at this right now on gold. Once again, there'll be people trying to trade this. There've been many buyers, there'll probably be many sells as well. Here I am, sitting back, chilling, waiting for my confirmation. All this is in one very simple guide. It's what I call the course, the A.C.T. Forex course, which I have created. It took me pretty much all of 16 to 18 months, and it's a constant work in progress, because I do update it when I adapt to market conditions, and that is pretty clear cut. It just gives step by step as to what to look for first of all to get involved in the trade, and what sort of confirmations you need to see, and it's broken down to like step 1 up to however many steps there are to look to enter the trade. And that's all clearly defined in my personal course that I've created. So if anyone is interested, make sure to contact me. GJ, all right, is there going to be options on GJ? Yep, I'm still waiting for the 30 though on GJ, because it's a stronger level. To fire resistance, I need a strong confirmation. Not only will it be the 30-minute, we'll have the hourly closing engulfing. That is the catalyst. That is the rule I'm seeing just now. So I'm to look for a Gbpjpy. I need this 30 to close above. That will obviously close the hourly above. Then I'm going to trust that read to continue bullish, and that's when I look for my buy option. Vishal, did I look to trade US 30 or options futures or directly started with Forex? US 30 I dabbled in once or twice, not often. But no, not really. I've never really bothered with it. I've traded some crypto in the past. That was where I started. Otherwise just Forex and Obviously gold, commodities. NAS occasionally is the indice. Name. Buy or sell? Nothing right now. Potential buyers on GJ above the resistance. Just depends where this hourly and M30 closes. And gold, if it continues to reject, could be now potential sell options. Yeah, I'm not going to sell it though, but off the back of one candle above the support, because again, we're essentially just consolidating right now. For me, the sells are either going to come on a pullback or below the support we have just created on the previous M30. Excuse me. Mr. Phil, EJ looks great. It does look pretty good. Rejection on the wick, the previous candle, only for it to close back up near its high. I would have preferred for it to close right up at its high. Yeah. Not sure about this 15 though. It's consolidating on the 15, but it does look better than GJ and gold, to be honest. Could be worth a small entry, could probably be in a small trade. Vishal, not a problem at all good. You're asking relevant questions, so keep asking, my friend. You're welcome. Rick, good day to you. You want to trade now? No. Waiting on GJ above the highs, waiting on gold just to see what his counter closes. There could be options to buy it, there could also be options to potentially sell it. So I'm not going to get, by the looks of it, what I want to see on a 15 to get involved. I'm just going to have to patiently now wait for the 30-minute. Wait for the hourly closure. So for those of you in TikTok, make sure to subscribe or to follow me. And I do this daily. Alright, so not going to have the catalyst closure on the 15. We're still below. We're just consolidating on the 5-minute. We're not closing above the resistance. It's not really on the 15. So I just need to wait. See how the hourly and M30 closes. Rick, got long if it closes above the highest wick, right? Or short when it closes below the green candle? Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. I want price to start pop below that most recent bullish candle, so the previous M30, if I was to sell it. But at this rate where we're coming from, it needs to close below it. And yes, for the buyers, I want it to just add confluence close above the 5-minute resistance, and that would also provide a 30-minute closing above these wicks. Will close the hourly a strong bullish candle, and that would be enough confluence for me to look for a potential buy. But the way we're rejecting just now, this hourly closes weak bullish near the low, so back below this blue zone. Then I would be looking for a sell on the open of the new candle as it begins to break low of the weak bullish candle. Just a matter of now waiting 13.5 more minutes to see where we close. Rick, that's how you trade normally. Perfect. Looks like we have a bit in common, my friend. So yeah, nice one. Rick followed on interesting oh my god, I can't even speak. Interesting channel, I like it. Nice one. Need some water, guys, sorry. Yeah, Insta is it's a cool platform because obviously I can obviously also just go into little snippets of personal life as well. So, or it is about trading, obviously, profile, but yeah, you do get some other little goodies in there as well, plus education as well. Just only probability gold will go down 23.35. There's definitely a chance it could. If we continue to reject, Bailey's forming a pretty strong bearish candle right now. Again, back to that previous weekly candle. We have rejected levels that I did anticipate we could potentially reject at the beginning of the week. So this could just be a bit of a pullback to gather a little bit more steam in the engine before it continues to the downside. Daniel, sell? Maybe. I don't have any confirmation to do anything just yet on gold. Nor do I on GJ, so I just sit back, chill, relax. No need to force nothing. So in the meantime, guys, I'll be back in one moment. Rick, you also look at the Sunday Open as a point, as a target. The weekly open, yes, most definitely. Because if we were to move in line with that previous weekly candle, and obviously at some point we have to pull back to retest the low or the open, also low. So by all means, that could be a target. But once again, I'm a scalper, so I'll look for my small moves within the market, depending on also the margin I have, you know, in the range I'm trading. That most definitely could be a longer term target, or a wider target, sorry, for a potential intraday trade. Look at this right now, gold, it's just not ready for nothing. I'm gonna 5 minute. Just pretty absolute barcodes right now. So we simply kick back and wait 8.5 minutes and see where we're at. Xauusd, GJ has attempted to break resistance like 10 times. It has. Now we just need to wait as well, just over 8 minutes, and see if it actually closes above it to give us the confirmation. So considering we rejected multiple times, it doesn't give me the confidence to take any impulse entry. To me, that previous candle was not yet a catalyst. We closed below, first of all, below the high. Then we've also closed below of that bearish candle. So to me, there's nothing until it actually closes above. And if this candle does and closes significantly above, that's fine. I can look for a potential limit order back at the high of this previous resistance. I want some sort of confirmation. I need to wait for some sort of confirmation. If it goes just now, it's fine. Because once again, attempted it many times only to fail. So I'm just going to sit back and wait until we have the confirmation. Leo, good morning to you, bro. I hope you're well. Wise, so let's buy gold. Not for me, not just yet. If you want to, by all means, but I don't have any confirmation just yet. I'm a very strict rule-based trader. I create rules and I stick to them because I know from experience that if I do so, I'm going to win 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 times out of 10. Guys have a TikTok, can you actually hear the music in the background? I'm not sure if you can. So will it be GJ that gives us an option? Gold looks like it's still not ready to decide. Skizzy, we can. Nice one. Rivinish, thank you for following. Thank you to everyone else in TikTok who has followed. Rivinish, right now I'm just waiting potential buys on GJ. I'm waiting now though for the hourly to close, the M30 to close. I'm waiting for the catalyst on the closure above the resistance. Then I'm going to look for a potential buy on the open of the next candle. It needs to close above it. If it does not close above, then what I'm going to want to see to make me comfortable in this trade is new candle pop straight up like so, retesting this high, potentially breaking it. Then wait for it patiently to pull back, flip back bearish, breaks lower wick, potentially bouncing off this previous resistance zone. And as it breaks its own high yet again, at that point there, what we have likely have done is grab some more liquidity from the downside, and we have no need to break our own high if we were to continue bearish after already cranking out the wick. And if we begin to flip and break our own high yet again, I would definitely look to buy it every single day of the week. But we may have an option soon. I'm not going to buy it just now. If it goes, it goes. It could be a potential limit order. But with the hourly about to close, I'd rather just sit back and wait 3.5 minutes. Patience is key in this game. Yes, you're going to miss some moves, but trust me, it's going to save you a hell of a lot of time from getting caught out in something that if you had waited just a few more minutes, you wouldn't have taken the bad entry or the impulsive entry. You would have spared yourself some loss or some drawdown. Rick, let it close above the wick, retrace along. Yep, I think that's a pretty good idea on GJ. I want it to at least close above the resistance. Yeah, so it looks likely to be GJ now that could be the focus. Rick, you also work with retrace to 0.78? Not really, no. I only use the fib sparingly. It's more to determine if I'm looking for confirmation of whether resistance or support is a weak or a strong one. Like for instance, if I want this candle to close weak bullish and I wasn't sure if it was a weak bullish candle, forming support at resistance because I might want to sell it below it, I would use the fib, and if it closed below to 50 from top to bottom, that would suggest to me it's a weak candle. I could look for an impulse sell as it breaks the support. Or I can use it to gauge the strength of a pullback against the previous strong daily candle, whichever direction it closes in. The previous candle, man. Look at this, gold is just has no idea right now. It's just literally stuck. Savannah, thank you for the follow. Onto rests. We're still in consolidation? Exactly. Right now we still are. Gold is in heavy consolidation now on the 15 and 5 minute. Nothing yet. And GJ rejecting again, so we patiently sit and wait. That's all we can do. Don't rush anything. Don't jump into anything that's less probable. We wait for the confirmation, because yet again, if we were to continue bullish, why isn't this candle made a move? Why don't I take it? Because I wait for the confirmation. Right now it's pulling back. Once again, if you try to take an impulse entry for second time in 2 candles, you're stuck in drawdown. Hence why, to me, when we're consolidating so heavily and we're at a strong support, resistance, sorry, or support for that matter, if we're looking to sell it, I need to wait for the confirmation of a closure above that level, or a very strong candle closing right near the high above the bodies of the candles, all the candles to the left. That would also be a catalyst. I don't have any of those just yet, so there's no option for me on GJ right now to buy it. I need to wait. The hourly's closed at the resistance. Essentially just consolidating at resistance, no entry. Gold, still not closed above it. What I mentioned on gold before, it needs to pop up now, then pop back down and create low wick. Then I consider buying again, but now it hasn't done that. So what I'm waiting for now, if I'm to look for any gold trade, is this candle has to flip. And it has to break the high of that resistance. And again, it has to flip back bearish. Because then I would be convinced that we should have no need to break the high of the previous bullish, well, the upper wick, sorry, if we were to continue bearish. And seeing we would have flipped back bearish at that point, we should now continue bearish. No need to break our own high yet again. If we did break our own high yet again, then what this is likely suggested to me is we've grabbed liquidity from the downside. We're still above that blue zone. We've still got an hourly closing bullish. Break our own high yet again. That is where I look to buy it. But at this rate, I don't have any of that. So I know what I want to see. I'm familiar with what I want to see. Right now, it's not presenting. Once again, there is no emotion involved in the way I trade. It's all based off my course. Completely based off my course. Right now, I don't see any option. 15 is just consolidating. 5 minute is still below the resistance. Still just consolidating. Alright, so I want this to pop up a little bit more, then pull back bearish again. Pop up a little bit more. All right, now if it flips back bearish and breaks high again, that's when I consider a buy. Because I don't have a catalyst yet on any of the other time frames. I don't have anything that suggests to me, to give me the confidence anyway, to look for the buy just yet. This would do it. This would be now what I want to see. Grab, trigger in some more sellers. The flips come back bearish. And if we begin to break again, I'd be more comfortable that we're going to make the move. The hourly's just, don't forget, the hourly's just open. It's not really very much of a low wick just yet. Alright, it's flipping back bearish. Pop down a little bit more. Well, it did flip bearish. I'd like for it to pop back a little bit more. RS, I'm looking at sell in GU at 128, 1.7. What do you think? Basic analysis, support, resistance, waiting for price action. Yep, I mean, that's my levels, 1.29, yep. From resistance. Alright, I'm going to look to buy gold if it breaks its own high yet again. So I'm not in yet. I've got a pending order at 2345.23. Because we did flip back bearish. The hourly has opened. It's creates lower wick. We did close bullish on the previous hourly. We've broken the high of the previous hourly. If we begin to break our own high yet again, seeing we did flip back bearish, our high, low, high to the previous hourly, bouncing off support, I will look for that potential option. Would add more confidence. I'd rather wait for. I would rather for 5 minutes to close above. But I do feel now that we did pop up, break the high of the previous hourly, only to pop back bearish, which we did do so. If we break again, we're likely going to make the move. So that is what I'm looking at. Once again, 2345.23 is what I'm looking to enter. Stop loss below the previous M30. There are ways to manage this trade too, if it does trigger in. You could, again, once you have the high, low, high, high in the M30, you really have no need to break your own low yet again. There could be a way to manage it. You could cut full, you could cut half. But if you stop loss below the hourly, you want to let it, give it a bit of a wider berth. And this is fine. If this flips back bearish yet again, not a problem at all. Great steep and low wick on the hourly. So it's more based off the hourly right now. Perfect. This is good. Rick, 2 candle wicks bearish on GJ. Yeah, just stubborn level, isn't it? Rick, 15-minute candle close. It would be fantastic. Could make the move in between though. So it's based off the hourly. Leo, today market has been boring. That's taking 10 pips. Yeah, if someone has, yeah, it has been boring. 40 GU. I've been over G. I just went over it again a few minutes ago. So just rewind a stream. Just keeping an eye on gold. Vishal, do I mostly trade SR break or see structure as well? Support resistance. I also look at structure. I also look for continuation patterns as well. or price continuation within price action. Do I use trend lines? No. Body, again, I just mentioned GU. Right now it's stuck within a range. I even want to sell it from below the resistance, buy it above it, above the daily high. It's just now trading within the high and low of the current daily count. It's forming support, and that level is forming resistance. The options are, right now, while it's just chopping about, you need to, in order to trade this range or for it to be tradable again, I'd want it to trade a clean move from this support, then look to sell it. Right, clean move down, then it opens up the range to buy it from the lows. Otherwise, sells below the support, buys above it. That's GU. And fantastic on gold right now because I saw it pull back more. Perfect. But if this 15, so if it pulls back too far, and once again, I'm gonna have to remove the order because we're right back in consolidation. I'm likely going to remove it, guys. The way this is pulling back, it's giving us nothing. No signal within price action just yet. The hourly was the strongest signal I've had so far. But now it's pulled back. I want it to start flipping, but doesn't flip soon. I'm going to remove the order. Everyone in the TikTok, thank you to all the new followers. Just don't pull back in gold, do you think? Again, it could potentially. So you're playing which market, Revenish? What currency pair? What I'm looking at? It's gold. Well, there goes TikTok. Fraud and scam. Okay. Supposedly I'm a fraud and scam according to TikTok. That's fair enough. Won't bother that again then, will I? It's not real. I just got a message. I've been banned. No idea. There are plenty others streaming on TikTok for it, so maybe they didn't like the entry that I was looking at. Maybe he was trying to tell me not to take it. I'm going to remove the order right now because the way it's pulling back.
Justin, you are a scammer. Oh yeah.
Oh, big scammer. Exactly. They're onto it. They're onto you guys. Be very careful.
Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable. I have no idea why that popped up.
Yeah. Nice move on gold right now. So very good to be yeah, strictly to your rules. You see it right now.
Correct.
It's so great to see.
Well, that's it. And now it could provide potential sells, but I'm not going to take the impulse entry. Not a chance.
No impulse, I think, doesn't make sense because we are coming from the upper side.
Yeah.
And I
From
think
above.
right now we have to wait 3.5 minutes, looking how the M50 looks like.
Correct. And then potentially a limit order sell. Potentially. It has to close below the support though. I think I know why I got banned. Because I put the thing up that's considered financial advice, investment advice. Oh well. Too bad for TikTok. as far as I can work out, that's what's coming up. So, oh well, it's going well. Body, again, man, I'm not sure. You must be watching on replay or something on delay, because I've mentioned it multiple times. GU is just trading within a range, and it's a messy range. So you need for it to cut through this, create some nice clean moves, and you could potentially sell from resistance or buy from support. But right now, this is just crap. So your better options are above or below. Bit of noughts and crosses there. Right now, you just need to chill. Need to wait. Gold needs to close below for any entry. Needs to close below. Even if it's the 15, we need some sort of closure below. The Vishal, not from the UK. Rick, that is correct. From the land down under. Just only no FOMO probability, it will consolidate and then move down, I hope. Well, that's the thing, there is no FOMO, there is no emotion, we just wait for price to present, price action to present in a fashion we want it to. So I need closure below. Plain and simple. 15-minute would suffice. We need something. We just don't have anything just yet. Alright, is it going to close below? How significantly below? Alright, let's see. I'm going to look for a sell limit back at the low of that bullish candle. And it says sell limit just now, 23.41.79. $23.41.79. I could remove my TP down. Now I've got the stop loss just above the blue zone, so I've just been triggered in.
Oh, very good.
23.41.76. Sorry. 23.41.76 is my entry. So it should be the low of that bullish candle, whatever that is on your broker. So I'm just I'm writing an entry right now. So if you're not in, if you want to follow. $23.41.76. That is the entry. Looking good. Got 6 pips on the table. Now, managing this trade has no need to break its own high yet again.
Will you go on break even when we
if it flips? Yeah.
The old low.
Yep.
Very nice free trade then. Risk free trade.
Not quite at break even yet. It's only 23.35. Well, I mean, I'll probably secure well before that, but I'm going to start securing soon if it be an option. Michelle, yes. I mean, a short. Rick, yes. DJ rejecting it again. All right, looking good. RS, nice one. Okay, let's go. A little bit more. There we go. I'm going to break even. So I'm currently at break even. All right. I closed half at 8 just to get something on the board. Reason being, his first trade of the week. Yeah, I'm just going to let the rest go. There we go. There's the 10. Start to secure. Job done. There's a W for you guys. Hopefully you're following along.
Very nice trade, Justin.
Thank you, my friend. Only a little bit of drawdown in about 2-3 pips, but nonetheless, too bad for the TikTok guys. Feel sorry for them. They're waiting around for how long, and we finally got moved. So well done, guys. Start to consider securing or getting to break even with nothing else. And it's about to pop back up to entry. So I did secure a tiny bit more at around 11. Silver Fox, W, nice one. Still in tapping out. Got close to taking the runner out. So let me know, guys, who is in this trade? Who secured some profits? Show some love for the fraudster. Going to TikTok. They let me hang around for a little bit longer. They realized it's not a scam because it was a winning trade. Never mind. Silver Fox, plus 1%, nice one. Justoni, nice one.
Yeah, I took also this trade, Justin.
Nice one, brother. Well done, guys. Well done, YouTube. Hopefully the guys in TikTok were listening. Well done, guys. Silent? I did, didn't I? Hope you're well, brother. Conspira took it half risk because 15 no bottom wick. Still a good W. I had a tiny bottom wick, I'm sure I did. Prior to entry. Pretty sure I did, may not have. I can't remember. Michelle, I'm in at 2341.05, so not yet secured. 2341.05. Oh, you got in as flipped by the looks of it. Okay, fair enough. That's an old trade. What's that doing up there? Still in it. Ooh, got a small position in. Conspiro and Pleasure. Michelle, stop loss at 2343.56. Okay, back above. Yep. Has no need to put back above that zone if it was to continue now to the downside. Rick, really enjoy your streams. Sorry for spam. Nah, you're not spamming, brother. All good. You're more than welcome. I appreciate you do enjoy the streams. Conspiro, GJ has been installing for a while now. Still below it, isn't it? Yeah, this is just trash. All the more reason why we need now to wait for the confirmation. And yes, liquidity is a build up of, consolidation is a build up of liquidity within the market. So there is every chance it could just break and make the move. But which candle is going to do it? We don't know. So how do we know to trust it at the moment when every time it looks like it's going to break, it has just pulled right back? We have no idea. So we simply wait. We wait for the closure above. That's the confirmation. That is when I start to trust it. That is when there's a high probability price will continue to the upside. Until we have that, I would not touch it with bar of soap. I would be staying well away from it. And if we start to close below support, that's when I start to consider sellers, because at that point, there's a high probability we'll come back down to the next support. So very simple right now. Just wait for it to choose. Still in on gold. It keeps coming right near my entry, but still
very
got
close to the entry.
Very close. So GJ is such a mess this far. Good to see you, by the way. Haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Hope you're well.
So now also GU is coming down.
Oh, okay, yeah, GU could also present. I think I mentioned on GU in the update, the week ahead update, that yes, I want to see close below this level here on the M30. It may though bounce off this level, so if it does create that move, retest this level, maybe you might start consolidating between this previous support and that resistance, and then maybe on the new 4 hour you might get that option to sell it below. Let's see, it's not there on the 30, but that's that wick. So this is fine on GU right now. Gold's still in. It's now back to 11 pips up, so let's see, could make a bigger move now. Really, I forgot how to delete an image there for a second. On right here, thinking, what do I do? Not lock. It's not great to be back. All good, Rick. How you made those buys above, sells below boxes? Just using the horizontal rectangle. Sorry, horizontal rectangle. That's what they are. Yeah, just use the rectangle tool, which you'll see in the brushes section, shapes, and just click on that. And I join it from So at support, generally I try to stick to a 4-hour level because 4-hour is of higher, more precedence. It's obviously a higher time frame, strong confirmation. My runners just got taken out in gold, by the way. So generally I'll draw it in from the open of the lowest candle closest to the support. So the lowest point of any open close to the support of a bullish candle has to be bullish candle because that's count at firm support, confirmed support, and down to the lowest wick of a bullish candle at that level. Now I've got it attached to that bearish candle on the 4-hour. Reason being is, once I go down to the M30, I can see it is actually a support on the 30-minute. It is candle close back bullish, that lowest point. Likewise to the upside, I'm looking at the highest point of any bearish candle, and I attach that to the highest closure of any bearish candle, and that becomes my zone. And at that point there, I want to see price pop above it for my confirmation. If I was to look for buying continuation. Yeah, so my run on gold has just been taken out, and it looks like it could melt again. That's just part of it. Is what it is. I secured 75% of the trade. So guys, please, if you could, hit the like button. And well done. So what would I now be looking at moving forward on gold? Well, not all that great a deal of margin now below the current candle's low if it was to make the move on the next candle. So what I'd probably wait for is, and a good thing is we create a resistance now. We create a pullback, we create a lower high, potentially creating a lower low. We won't have that confirmation until this candle closes. However, right now, if we were to continue bearish, then what I could do is just drag this up, create a new zone, and what now we should, what the probabilities are, if we continue to the downside, if we do pull back, that's likely we're going to respect this level, create an equal high or lower high, M shape, double top or M shape pattern, whatever you call it, and reject, potentially come back down to the low, and then make a move down to the support 23.38. Now, having said that, once again, if we were to continue bearish, you should respect that level. If by chance we start to pop above it and close above it, then what we're doing at that point there is creating a higher high. So we're confirming a bit of a swing just now. The candle's about to close. So if now we pull back up, but only to close above the most recent resistance form. We're back above this previous support here to the left as well. At that point there's a high probability price will continue to the upside to potentially retest 23.52. So I like how it's made this move now. Again, if we were to continue bearish, there's a high probability we will respect 23.44.50 roughly and head back down if we do pull back. And if we pop above it, it could be some short-term buys, take it back up to the next resistance where you can potentially sell it. Now, for further buys, so I wouldn't be right now chasing it below low, not a great deal of margin, but if it does pop back down to that level, to respect it, once again, look for some structure to form at that level, high lows, high highs, bit of consolidation, similar to what we're looking at over here. And as soon as it starts to pull away from that consolidation, close above it, pull away from it, you could look for a potential buy option to take it back up. Preferably, it's best to have further confluence such as a high time frame candle closing your direction, such as 4-hour candle. If that is to be the case, you're going to be back above this resistance. It's not going to be closing bullish at this support on the next candle, because it can't, because this candle is closing bearish near that level, above that level, sorry. So the only way possibly that could happen is if this candle in the next 25 minutes melts below support, and then we have the new fire closing pre-NY at that point back above. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, and for the sells, yes, there's probably options below 23.38, but I'd rather get in on a pullback on the new 4-hour candle, let the current one close. If it closes strong bearish as is, once again, potential level price will pull back to reject, creating its upper wick is that 23.44.50 roughly, and could potentially sell it. Joe, if gold closes weak bullish on the M15, would you consider selling again? No, because there's just no margin. Look, there's probably a little bit, just enough margin, but No, that was the move, in my opinion. That was the move. I'd now just wait for it to set up again. Wait for the 4 hour to close. It's coming too close to the closure of the 4 hour. And GJ, very simple. We've formed support below the resistance now on the 30. Once again, if we were to continue bullish, there's a high probability we will respect this level, head back up, close above the high, and there are going to be potential buy options above that level. However, if we begin to pop below it, again, high probability at that point there, we'll come back down to the support at 2150 roughly, so 215 roughly. So that would require waiting for a closure below. It may make the move right now. I would not have the catalyst to sell it right now. Just consolidate. Yes, it's breaking support, but again, it's coming from consolidation. Yeah, there's a chance, but I will not be chasing it. Up to you guys, but not for me. Otherwise, buys from the current daily low, if we respect that level, and it sells below it, clean traffic to the left. If we pop back down, form a support at that level, only to start to pop below it again. Once again, high probability we'll come back down to the next level of support around that 200 level. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully it all makes sense. Rick, IC markets. Do have an account with Blueberry, but I've just not funded it, just not bothered. Don't ask me why. Silver Fox, top of this range is the previous day POC. On what? On gold. Alrighty guys, deal is hit the like button. That's all I ask. If you could do so, that'd be much appreciated, guys. It's been a good stream. We waited patiently, we eventually got our move on gold, so well done. To the Discord guys, once again I'll be on for NY, probably about an hour before NY open, maybe an hour and 15 before it, just see how it go. Right now, what I'm gonna do is go off, make dinner. Mr. James Greenlee's, sure you'll be pleased to hear it's salmon tonight, so looking forward to it. But nonetheless, guys, appreciate the support. Franco, as always, brother.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just enjoy your dinner. I will not be in the NY session.
Not a problem.
My day is done.
Enjoy it, mate. Well, good discipline. Good discipline, my friend. By all means, I understand.
Thank you.
You have a good one. I'll catch you tomorrow. And
yeah, okay, yeah.
Cheers, brother. And to the rest of the guys on YouTube, thank you. Take care, guys. Discord guys, I'll see you in a few hours from now. Till then, cheers. Catch you tomorrow. Bye, guys.